find something, boy.
Go get him.
Death.
Did they kill the entire village?
Found her.
They're going to kill every single person. And there's not going to be a single person left to serve. Why upside down?
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone...
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I'm going to enjoy killing her.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
God, they've just murdered
We're
everybody
approaching
in the
Buick Bridge.
town.
Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
You have a bridge spanning the gap? I see a big bridge. Why are you people standing here? Did you just stand and watch while the entire village was burned? Oh, they do. Wow. Thought the gap was bigger. Again, I keep telling you, this map is tiny.
They tell us there's a curfew, but then refuse us passage back to our homes.
That's a very good point to make.
They're
Like,
all Rosarian.
you tell us we have to
this
go
is their
home, but
home.
you won't let us home.
I'm hungry.
We need to kill the... Well, I was going to call her Duchess, but she married the king, did she not? I've forgotten already her heritage. Annabella? Annabella. Who'd you marry? Empress of the Holy Empire of Sembrek, yeah. Why did the Emperor marry her if they just don't cohabit? Why, they live completely and utterly separately? It was her purpose in life to preserve her phoenix-bearing bloodline. What? What? I thought it was the male bloodline. Because his father, sorry, well, not Clive's, Elwyn's father was the previous phoenix. So how is it her bloodline? I'm so confused. For which reason she betrayed her husband? That she might enter in league with the force she judged the mightier. Now she rules over Rosaria as vicereine of the imperial province, which she rules with a cruelty and contempt for the base-born that was unknown in Archduke Elwyn's day. Well, I mean, it was. She just restricted it to her own child. This is a very depressing space with, no sunlight, the silken
The
strand.
Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better.
She's literally just killing does she not understand that if she kills everybody beneath her in the world, there'll be no one physically left? Who's going to feed her? Who's going to clothe
That's
her?
the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
If there's no one left to serve her, how will she survive? And if there's no one for her to lord her power over, then she's not going to feel powerful.
Children are starving!
Have mercy.
Voice-ridden dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
I don't think they care.
Hang the chinless bastards. Those crystals belong to us all. I said, where were you, filth? Back to your stall. We'll cut you down where you stand.
Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through
That's
unnoticed.
fine, just kill the guards. I'm not
We'll
above
need to
base
find another
murder.
way in.
They deserve it.
I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking,
Can't you just
no.
swim and come up through the
My
docks?
uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus.
I'd still
We'll
swim.
find our way into the city there.
You're guaranteed to get a spot on the docks.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
Black light burns.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
I'm still curious as to who it could be. Obviously it has to be new allies, so I'm not going to know them anyway, but I'm still curious. And I can't wait to meet them. They better not let me down. I have high expectations. Now, are we going up or down? Clive? Lazarus just died.
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
I was hoping he would help. I'm thinking it's down, but I thought it'd come up anyway. I think we've gone this way. To this gate? No. To this gate? Oop, nope, we're going this way.
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
These bandits?
Or not.
I'd like to make quick work of things, but you're not facing the right direction for that to have been abused. That's kind of overkill, Clive. Overkill is a thing, you know.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix.
Wade! It's Wade!
Can't be.
It's Wade!
I was there when you died.
Wade! Or Tyler. Shit, no, he's Wade. You turned to a life of banditry?
Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us.
I just killed half your friends, but you know, we'll ignore that.
Founder, it really is you.
It is. So wait.
So he's the ally. Yay! He survived.
We can speak inside.
Which is Tyler who got wiped out with Murdoch. Sorry for killing like 7 of you men. Oh, we didn't kill them, we just knocked them out. Okay, that's a relief at least.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant.
Good on you. Be a thorn on their side.
Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye, the foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord. But in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir,
Ooh.
her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown.
She spawned out another
As
child.
to why,
I have a half-brother.
I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
Yeah, it's me. Hi. I'm special. I'm also very thirsty, so I may have to have some lunch. Yeah, that's cute. Save.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buick Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment.
Okay.
Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements. who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. Huh. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
I doubt it as
But
well.
until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
I don't know why they're doing like quest accepted. Like you have a choice. It's the main quest. This isn't like it's a side quest they're giving us. Throughout the main scenario, Clive will often be joined by various companions who are keen to lend their assistance. However, depending on Clive's destination, they may choose to remain behind at the hideaway. What? Party makeup has changed. And that I have an extra person? I don't see why you felt the need to tell me that. He could have just followed like Sid
May
did.
the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
Thank you, sir. May the blessing stay
How
with
long
you.
have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village, we tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
And that's the murder they were referring to. I see. Quiet Sands. Excuse me. Thank you.
Look at me sideways.
Bugger me sideways.
The bastards are lucky I did that.
Oh,
There
careful,
they are.
mate. You can get yourself killed at that rate.
On your command, my lord.
Yep. I give my command as soon as they're in range. Actually, you know what? Hold up, bro. I'm freezing cold. I need a layer of something. Where's that freaking... Yeah. Got it. It's okay, guys. You can stop worrying. Okay, I have layers on. Let's go. Yeah. Do you have a magic man among you? I need to stop crossing that leg over the other one. The answer is yes. You have at least one.
What is it now? I told you! We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame. Ha!
Two magic
You
men.
presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black
yes,
Shields?
actually.
Then come! Die along with your flame!
You guys are pretty arrogant. You're not top dog, you know.
Forest
I am.
area!
Forest area!
I'm expecting Jill to come
Your
out with a
petty
forest
revolution
area.
ends here. On these our swords
No, not
we
that one.
swear.
Oh, fuck it. Just attack. You're not going to attack the one I want. Just attack anybody then. You're facing the wrong way, buddy. Stop using that when you're facing the wrong direction.
Bloody hell!
Seemed to have worked.
Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battles for them.
Oh, hello! Oh yeah, by the way, Sir Wade, I picked up a few new tricks since I last saw you. I was pressing dodge, but this game likes to ignore my dodges half the time. Just gonna hit your tush, if that's okay with you.
More dragons.
Works. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
Hey, don't attack my dog. Oh, you weren't attacking me.
This one.
Any more? I'm good. Hello. You guys have a tendency to drop from the sky.
Albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point.
I rather think we've proven
that
ours.
this land is in dire need of cleansing.
I mean, you're not wrong. It's just your cleansing that is required, not mine. Oh, you're the same as the previous guy. I did dodge, but again, this game likes to pretend that I don't. Again, dodged.
Nice try. Get him. This one.
Good, because I couldn't see a thing. Can we come back this way a little bit?
Nice try.
So wait!
Found them. There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
I'm doing my best, buddy. I'm dodging. Literally have been dodging since the moment we came over the side of the pillar. Can't dodge when I'm in the middle of an animation game. Physically impossible. I've been dodging for quite some time. I'm not sure if you can hear my button controls, but when you can't hear a button control, it means I'm hitting circle. Because you can hear this, but you can not really hear that so well. So you can tell when I'm pressing dodge because the controller is quiet. Well, at least we're healed. Yay. An Imperial Link. Okay.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked.
Good on you, Wade.
We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. My, Lord. Perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings.
I highly doubt it.
For the time being,
You need to
at
cut
least.
off the head.
Perhaps.
You said it yourself.
Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well.
Exactly.
She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again.
We must kill her and her men.
I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it, as we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die, and her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements?
Yes.
A sound strategy, my lord.
I've just realized it's Rosarian. Didn't we have this in Final Fantasy 12? Wasn't Rosaria or something that sounds very similar to it one of the three nations? I'm starting to think it was, but why would they reuse a name? It was. It's Rosaria, just spelled with R-O-Z-Z. And that's why I was wanting to pronounce it Rosaria, because that's how I would use the vowel anyway. But it sounded right to me. But that's because there's already been a Final Fantasy country, oops, sorry, my mouse is on the screen, called frickin' Rosaria. Why would you pick the same thing twice? Rosaria. Like, what? You thought no one would notice? That's just lazy world building.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience. Especially since you're famously dead.
I could just sneak into
I'll
his
have
villa.
To think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter.
It's another seal.
It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
Yep. All these seals. And I thought I was done with it once I got the mark off my face.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Don't get me started on Murdoch. His
Thank you,
wife
Sir Wade.
is dead.
If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
Come, Jill. Let us find this secret passageway. Or are you just going to teleport me to his uncle's place? Don't worry. We're teleporting. Rosfield Manor.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance.
Very heavy footsteps.
Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to
He's a
visit.
splitting image of your brother. He literally looks like Elwyn.
Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue.
Can't you just show the flame? Just show the flame. What? Sword, bro. Sword?
You would mock me as well?
Oh, you don't want to fight him.
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to her serene holiness, Saint Sybil, the Unshod.
I'm gathering this is related as a child.
Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
This is hilarious.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell,
Oh, he's
that thou
crying.
might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you.
What about Jill? You knew Jill, surely.
You always were fond of that scene from The Saint and the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation.
Yes, but
on
my
an
mother's
empty
going to kill
stomach.
you if she knows I'm here.
Go on, sit.
You're not going to pick your axe up off the ground?
See that you use the good plates, Rutherford.
But the word might get back.
So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no
18
more.
years.
Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have.
We should fix things here
I have a
first.
galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter
What
of
if you're
weeks.
dead when I come
So
back?
you believe us then? About everything?
Tends to happen.
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
On your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford?
Is he coming with?
My cutlass.
What is her problem?
This will be fun.
She's had issues since we walked through this door. I get that she has to like face her demons of her past by going back to the island she came from, but like, what's that got to do with the conversation at hand? Why did she react to the Viscerine being called a monster?
Over there. Go on.
And why do I think they're going to come back to
She's a
rubble?
fine ship, isn't she? Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days.
Hello,
Something on your
Earth to
mind?
Jill.
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that Lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Not by choice.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
We're not leaving now? Wait, what? We've secured a ship, so we're going back home to then come back to the ship? This game makes absolutely no sense. I keep saying it, but it just keeps happening. We keep going to and fro and to and fro and to and fro just so we can have the hideaway seem like it's a really important part of the game, but it's really not. A lot of the game would be better served if we didn't continually go back to the hideaway. And it's really frustrating when we're only going to have to go back 2 seconds later, or we're going to take care of some useless errand before we then take the boat across. Either way, it's so stupid to get a ship and then not wait for it to be ready and then go. It's so dumb. Here be monsters.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Typical nobles.
This is so stupid.
Back again, Lord Rosfield.
Right?
I'm touched that you should find me such good company.
It is not your company, but your counsel that I seek on this occasion.
Ever the charmer.
I have my own woman. Find your own man.
Today, then?
The Iron Kingdom. I need to know what to expect.
You'll soon be setting sail for Drake's Breath, then, I take it. The Mothercrystal that rises from the boiling sea. There was a time when a true-blooded Rosarian had only to brave the waves to visit it. But then the Ironblood made their move. As you know, the Iron Kingdom rules over the islands to the west of Storm. Or rather, its church does. But this is not the pragmatic approach to state religion employed by the Holy Empire to manipulate the masses. No, the Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment of the crystalline orthodoxy. And so, if one is to understand it, one must start there. As the name implies, the orthodoxy holds the Mothercrystals sacred, and they do not take kindly to heathens plundering the objects of their worship for the means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of magic. Indeed, the faithful consider ether a sinful thing, a poison no less. And to them, a dominant is an instrument of evil, albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn against their enemies. Some 80 years ago, in Northern Storm, Drake's eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether, and with the blight at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity. A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Drastanus, home of Drake's Breath, and plucked it from the Duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of Duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again, under the Empire's stewardship, meaning the Iron Blood will keep their island, and with it, the foothold they need to march on mainland soil when next they spy an opportunity.
How small must this island be, considering how small this bloody continent is? It's really tiny. This island must have like one city on it and that's it.
And their gateway to the continent.
So I'm not quite sure how they have the might to fight us back.
The holiest of holy grounds, from which the Orthodox Crusade shall one day sail forth to claim the remaining Mothercrystals, or die trying.
My father and my grandfather both traded blows with the Iron Blood for control of Drake's Breath. Had things unfolded differently at Phoenix Gate, we would have sent our entire fleet against them.
But instead, they sent their fleet against Rosaria, sacked the capital, killed the men, and captured the women, including Jill. I'd say you'd be forgiven for wanting a little revenge, Clive.
My only aim is to destroy the Mothercrystal, but thank you all the same. Not much else to do here. Let's see if Jill's ready.
Typical nobles.
Didn't we already know that we were going to secure a ship when we were last in the hideaway? I feel like we already knew, and then we said to Gav that he couldn't come with. So why didn't we get that information from Vivian before we left the previous time? And then we wouldn't have had to come back here and have this really awkward, stilted thing happening.